everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Deya. If this is the first time that we're meeting, tea has been made so we can go ahead and talk, platicar a gusto, because I needed to make myself a té de manzanilla. This is key during the time of the month. This is something that I was taught by my mom, grandma, great grandma. Whenever any of the women in my family have their period, and especially if you have cramps or stomach aches, no one's ever taught you this. Make yourself some té de manzanilla and it is going to feel so good. So excuse me as I take a sip. That was more of a gulp, but I needed that. I needed that. Also, you're going to see the lighting shift a lot. That's okay. I also busted out my little cottage mug. For those of you who have watched my videos for a long time, I love this one. It's so cute. I've been really looking forward to making this video and to just chatting with you all because I wanted to bring you all along for a little cozy weekend self-care vlog. I also wanted to talk to you all about mental health and give you all some tips on how to care for yourself. If you've been feeling anxious, who isn't in this world, honestly? It's a feeling that we all have. Some of us may have more of it than others depending on what we're going through. And as my time as a therapist, I've noticed how crucial it is to just have a good foundation of how to care for our mental health. And not all of us grow up learning about that. I know I didn't. And so I really want to talk about that more on my channel, continually shifting my channel more and more into the things that I enjoy, into the things that feel more like me. Just feels really organic and feels good to me. And just life update too, like I have been feeling so much better since getting the proper care that I needed for my PCOS. I know I've mentioned it here and there in past videos, but it has been such a huge part of my life and impacted me so drastically and so much that it was really important for me to really take time to care for that and to go see an endocrinologist. My endocrinologist has truly just changed my life. I remember crying after the first time seeing him because it's just a scary thing when you haven't had good relationships with doctors. Even though I am in the mental health healthcare field, you know that when things like that are involved in women's healthcare in the United States, isn't always warm, isn't always the best, to be honest. A lot of our concerns and a lot of the things that we feel and that we think are often just pushed off to the side or we're not taken seriously. And for me, it was really important to just take months and months to care for myself and to really dive into that. And I can say that I just feel so much better, you guys. I'm connected to my body again. If you have PCOS, you understand that statement because it just makes you feel completely detached and disconnected. I have the proper medication, which has been key in me feeling better, and everyone does things differently, but for me it was super important because of my insulin resistance to get the proper medication that I needed. I do want to share this stuff because I feel like it's not talked about enough, and so many women live with this and don't know. So I just wanted to give you all a quick little update because some of you have DM'd me because you've been diagnosed with this too, and you mentioned that you found it helpful that I've even just talked about it. I'm currently taking 500 milligrams of metformin, 7 milligrams of Rybelsus, which is a GLP-1, and the combination of those two for me has been key because of my insulin resistance. I continually feel more and more like me, and again, it's very hard to understand that unless you've gone through this or you've gone through something that makes you feel disconnected in this way from your body. But for those of you who have, I just thought I would talk about it a little bit, and I want to encourage you, whether it's for your mental health care, for your medical care, if you're not feeling good, do not hesitate to go get the care that you need. And yes, it's going to be stressful and bumpy because you have to find the right provider for yourself. And honestly, in this economy, y'all, in the United States, it's just so hard. So I want to encourage you to try your best, you know, even if you can't go right away because finances aren't there, maybe getting a little bit more educated on the topic and having like one consult with a doctor or asking a lot of questions beforehand going in to make sure that they're the right fit for you. So whether it be a mental health therapist or a doctor, whatever care you are needing, because when we don't care for these fundamental things at the root, right, like the root cause, what's happening happening, it just seeps into so many areas of our lives where we just don't feel good within ourselves. We don't feel good within our relationship or within academics or our workplace, like so many different things, because on the inside we're struggling, and maybe to other people on the outside it looks like we're fine, but only we live in our bodies and only we know truly how much of an impact anything that we're going through is. So I just want to take some time to encourage you. This is also the part of self-care that just really isn't fun at first. Start to feel better. You look back and you're like, oh, I wish I could just give that younger past version of me a hug and just like walk her through this journey, because you feel so much better on the other end. Like, I'm gonna be honest, at first my doctor, I was like, I don't really like him, and I think I mentioned that in a past video. I was like, he just seems very cold, you know, and it was just a very sensitive time, and now I always look forward to going. So yeah, that's a little life update in that respect. So I'm going to take you through a little weekend with me. We're going to the beach in this vlog because I want to take a little mini vacation, just go on a little road trip and detach from work a little bit, because I love doing this in small ways throughout my day. And it's been a while since I've done a little road trip, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and that's going to be so much fun. Also, I wanted to catch you all up on my current read, because right now I'm reading Take the Lead by Alexis Daria. And okay, this book is such a fun time. It is spicy. It's giving the vibes of like Dancing with the Stars meets Step Up. A little bit more Dancing with the Stars, but just the feeling you get when you watch those Step Up movies, if you know, you know. Just to read you all a little bit of the back, it says Gina Morales wants to make it big in her 4 seasons on the Dance Off. She's never even made it to the finals, but her latest partner, the sexy star of an Alaskan wilderness show, could be her chance. Who knew the strong silent survivalist type had moves like that? She thinks Stone Nielsen is her ticket to win it all, until her producer makes it clear they're being set up for a showmance. I am currently on chapter 11 and having the best time, and what really helps me, especially with work, I've noticed it's really hard to just physically read sometimes, and so I love listening to audiobooks. So I am listening to this audiobook because it just gives me a chance to rest my eyes, just lay in bed, close my eyes at night and listen to the book, or in the morning. So I highly recommend, if you're like, I really want to get into reading, but starting any new habit, it's going to feel weird or uncomfortable at first whenever it's a new thing, right? But the more you do it little by little, the more things become a habit. So you can start just listening to maybe a couple pages, a chapter. And if you haven't checked it out already, definitely check out the Libby app, or go to your local library and create an account with them, and you can listen to books for free. This is one of the books on there that I'm reading. And with any new thing, there's going to be some discomfort there, but you definitely don't want to loathe and hate, you know, the thing that you're trying to do. So if you're really like loathing and hating something, try doing it in a different way, because sometimes we try to just really fit ourselves into what someone else is doing, and there's no point in doing that, because you're you, I'm me. We're all going to have a little bit of a different way of approaching things, or different needs. Y'all, I have been reading a lot, okay? But some of the other books that I've read lately and loved is Vampires of El Norte. This book has my heart and soul. Truly, if you're looking for something slightly on the horror end, but romance as well, this is for you. This book forever has my heart, specifically because it has a lot of historical context to my hometown and the areas in South Texas. So it reads, vampires and vaqueros face off on the Texas-Mexico border in the supernatural western, from the author of The Hacienda. As the daughter of a rancher in 1840s Mexico, Nena knows a thing or two about monsters. Her home has long been threatened by tensions with Anglo settlers from the north. But something more sinister lurks near the ranch at night, something that drains men of their blood and leaves them for dead, something that once attacked Nena 9 years ago. Believing Nena dead, Nestor has been on the run from his grief ever since, moving from ranch to ranch, working as a vaquero. So picture childhood friends to lovers, but there's a grudge, okay? There's a grudge. So this romance is not easy whatsoever, and I love how the 2 main characters are like fighting and trying to get together and like trying to rekindle that love. There's just so many amazing elements that this book covers, even just culturally within Mexican culture, of like a daughter being able to stand up to her parents and really define who she is, what she wants during this time period. And it's just a good example for today and the things that need to happen when it comes to healthy boundaries. But for me, reading this, it just painted me a picture of what life could have been like for my ancestors and like past family members and past generations. Because on one side of my family, they've lived up to 10 generations here in my hometown in the RGV. So they've basically been here before this land was stolen by the United States. So back when this was Mexico. And this book talks about that time period, the land grants that were given by the King of Spain, colonizer number 2. It's just amazing, you guys. It is beautiful, especially if you're Mexican and you live in the RGV. I highly recommend reading this. It was just a vibe. It was a vibe and I loved it. And then the other book that I wanted to mention that I loved is Together We Burn. This one was also so good. I have really been loving reading fantasy. And just to read you all a little bit, it says, an ancient city plagued by dragons, a flamenco dancer who must become a dragon hunter to save her family legacy. This book sounds like there's a whole lot of things going on, and there is. I really loved reading this book and just being in a fantasy world. Isabel Ibáñez and Isabel Cañas have become some of my favorite authors at this point, and I just want to read everything that they've written. And I also love Alexis Daria. She writes more like spicy romance novels. So if you're into that, definitely give her books a try. I want to bring you all along for a little reset because it is the weekend. It's time to take care of myself, take some time to take care of my own mental health. Let's go ahead and continue this video and start this little weekend reset. Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias. It is currently very dark in here because we're having a gloomy day here in South Texas, and it looks like it's going to be a rainy day. Usually on Saturdays, me and my husband have our routine where we go to the gym together, but my husband is running a 5K, so I'm going to have a little lone girl gym session this morning. And so I'm currently eating breakfast that I had prepped. I had prepped like a little ensalada de fruta, a little fruit salad, and I have 2 hard-boiled eggs, so I'm going to eat that for breakfast as like my little pre-workout. Talk to you all in a little bit after I eat this up.
When we're in the same space, you're more like a ghost in between a place.
Okay everyone, so it is currently 8:43. I'm gonna go ahead and mix my pre-workout before I head over to the gym, and this is the one that me and my husband drink, and we've been drinking this one for over a year. I love the strawberry lemonade flavor. It's really good. And the thing about pre-workout, because it contains caffeine, if you're someone who has panic attacks or struggles with high anxiety, cut the caffeine out of your life or significantly reduce it for sure. So for me, I'm someone who experienced panic attacks in my early 20s, and severe anxiety I no longer do because I've done a lot of work in that area and caring for my mental health and self-care, which is why I love sharing these videos with you all and helping to encourage you, you know, to do that too. So what I do is like half a scoop or a third of a scoop, and if I check in with myself and I can see that maybe I had a really stressful week, or I can tell that I'm feeling a little anxious because of environmental factors, you know, I went through something in my personal life or something's going on, then I do not drink caffeine to go to the gym. I need to reduce my cortisol, my stress hormone levels, because caffeine will up your cortisol levels and increase that stress hormone. So when you're feeling anxious, you don't want to take something, right, that's going to increase that for you. So I checked in with myself and I'm feeling good. I'm in a relaxed state. I'm just going to drink a little bit to help me with my workout. And like I said, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling stressed, don't do that to yourself. It's just going to cause you more anxiety. Okay, you guys, so welcome to my car. It is definitely going to rain today and I'm so excited. I have my little gym bag with me, my little water bottle bag. I have my headphones so I can go ahead and listen to some music while I'm working out. It's the only way. How else does one work out if not by blasting music? And of course, on my way there, I'm going to be listening to the new Taylor Swift album that dropped. Also, when was someone going to tell me that Yankee Candle has like car air fresheners? Excuse me, I got my favorite scent. It's the Midsummer's Night one. I cannot wait to put this in my car. Me and my husband are going to be going to the beach tomorrow and I'm so excited. It's just going to be like a nice, chill self-care day. So I truly cannot wait. We're gonna have like a little picnic in the car. It's gonna be so nice. Oh my gosh, this already smells so good. Having scents in my car that I love is just like a good mindfulness thing for me while I'm driving. It just really relaxes and soothes me. No, because why is this so cute?
Sun kissed your face, you turned the other cheek, until the clouds filled our sky. Am I the reason why you're always so quiet?
Hey everyone, so I am sipping on my water because I just finished my workout and it was such a good workout. I loved it. So it's your reminder to stay hydrated, y'all. So if you hear noise right now, it's because I'm by the highway, so you might hear cars passing by, but I thought I would just chat with you all for a little bit here in the car after working out. Usually the weekends is my own personal reflection time. I take some time to check in with how my mental health is and how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking about, you know, the thoughts, and just make space for them. Try to respond compassionately, con cariño to them. So honestly, something that I'm really proud of myself for is that I stayed and I lingered a little bit longer at the gym even though my husband wasn't there, and it was really fun. And one of the things that really helps me when I'm feeling that gym anxiety, right, anxious because it's a space with so many different people, is that I like taking time to be in a space where I'm comfortable first, and usually that's the treadmill upstairs, and I'm just on there looking out the window, grounding myself in the present, and then I take some time to go down to the bathroom for a little bit after if I need to, and gradually come back and go to like different little sections. Try to really work on my breathing, because if you're already feeling yourself get anxious, it's really good to begin grounding your breathing and relaxing that. You breathe in through your nose and then breathe out through your mouth. And it should feel when you're breathing in like a little air balloon, or if you're blowing up a balloon, like your stomach is expanding. So if that isn't happening, you're probably breathing with your chest up here. And if you're doing that, it causes more anxiety. So if you're wondering what's one step I can take toward improving my mental health or toward improving my anxiety and lowering that a little bit more to a healthier level, learning how to properly breathe is the foundational thing that we all should have access to and know how to do. So when you're breathing in and you breathe out through your mouth, and again that bubble is expanding and then coming back down, and you can put your hand over your stomach, over your belly, to feel it expand. That is how I teach my therapy clients also to do proper breathing. And if you're feeling anxious, personally, I don't like recommending to clients to hold their breath, because that can again cause more anxiety, because box breathing or any kind of breathing that involves you holding your breath for a little bit, you should do that when you're already in a relaxed state. And every therapist has a different approach, but this is how I teach my therapy clients. So I don't recommend any kind of breath holding if you're already feeling anxious. That's just more like your usual regular practicing, you know, when you're in a relaxed state. So you can try things out and know yourself best, and of course consult your own therapist and have them work through these things with you. But that is something that I worked on throughout. Something that I also do to ground myself is that I start kind of massaging my hands, because when I'm doing that, no one else knows, but I know that I'm feeling anxious at the gym if I'm massaging my hands, and it looks really normal. Like to anyone looking, it could look like I just weightlifted, so I'm kind of massaging my hands a little bit because they're sore, and that's me trying to ground myself with my sense of touch in the present moment. So I'll just take one of my hands and I'll start massaging my hand around like the knuckles area and things like that. So it's another little technique for you, because I get that like sometimes practicing these grounding techniques in person, it's something that I hear from my therapy clients, is they feel even more anxious because what are people going to think of me? So it helps to have things that are pretty regular, you know, like breathing. Everyone's naturally trying to work on breathing when they're doing their sets at the gym, when they're working out, so it's not something that would look abnormal to anyone. Or you could take a little time to go down to the restroom or to a little separate gym room and do some breathing and some stretching. Definitely let me know in the comment section if you're thinking of trying some of these things out, or if you feel anxious when you're at the gym. It's very common for a lot of us, and especially since COVID and everything that happened. And if you're definitely feeling that that's lingered for you and that continues and your anxiety is at really high levels, I highly recommend going to seek out your own therapist. So right now, even though I'm a therapist off duty, I really wanted to focus this video on talking about mental health and little tidbits that I feel like we should all have access to and that we should know regardless if we go to therapy or not. These are the kinds of things that as parents we can teach our kiddos, or we can teach our younger siblings, our friends. These are all foundational things to learn about caring for our mental health. So right now the game plan is we're gonna go back to my place, my casita, and we're gonna go ahead and prep my meals, because yesterday in the evening, usually me and my husband do this today, but since we're doing our own little separate things this Saturday, we already got groceries yesterday. So I'm gonna do more of like the meal planning and prepping, and I will bring you all along for that. I'm having so much fun in this vlog. I feel like what's so relatable to all of us, it's sometimes we just need to watch or be around other people who are trying to do the healthy thing, who are trying to take care of themselves, practicing self-care, doing all these things, because it encourages us and it makes us feel less alone. And I hope that's how this video is helping you all feel that we're in this together and trying to care for ourselves. Another adulting thing I need to do right now is go get my car washed, because it is really dirty, and I'm like debating where. I know I'm gonna go to the beach tomorrow, so I'm thinking maybe I'll just do like the most basic wash and call it a day, you know? Okay everyone, so I am back home and I'm gonna go ahead and take my vitamins now and clean out Kylo's area. Trust me when I tell you that your life will be so much easier if you buy yourself a little pill organizer. Like get a cute one or something, but having to bring out everything every single day, like I know some people may feel like, oh my gosh, this makes me feel like I'm so old. Like girl, would you rather be organized, taking your stuff, living your best life, feeling good, or do you want to be worrying about what other people think about how things look? Trust me, and it's super affordable. You can buy these online or at a Walgreens or CVS. And I'll go ahead and put on screen all of the medications that I'm currently taking and my vitamins. Some are prescription medications from my endocrinologist, and then some are supplements that help me with my PCOS. So all of this in combination is for my PCOS and overall wellness.
We sway there in all the colors. Summer love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love.
everyone. So I just woke up from a nap. Honestly, the weekends are for cleaning and naps, and I feel so good after that because I got really tired after my workout, which is good. My body needed to rest. So now I just want to go ahead and like watch a movie in the background while I get to food and meal prepping for the week. Something that really helps me when it comes to prepping my foods and thinking about what to do, and trust me, I'm not perfect at it. It's just something that I continually try to get better at. But something that helps me is like having a running list of all of the foods and meals. That way I can look back on it. And then I also just started like getting pictures off of Pinterest because I always look on there for recipes, but I like saving the pictures on my phone. That way I can just go back and look at it and remind myself during the week, like, yeah, that's what I was gonna do with those ingredients. So like some of this. So just a lot of different little meal ideas that just help me get inspired because I'm a visual person. So seeing pictures like that and something that looks really cute and aesthetic just helps me get excited about cooking, which I feel like is always really hard because cooking was like my chore growing up. When I transitioned into adulthood and moving out of my parents' house, I feel like it became really hard sometimes to find that motivation for myself when it wasn't something that I had to do for others. Parentified older sibling things, if you know, you know. So I've really had to learn to build a healthier relationship with that and with caring for myself just because I deserve that care and that love. So the plan is to start cooking some meals and set the mood and then clean the kitchen after, because I want to set up the back of my Jeep and layer a bunch of blankets and pillows for when me and my husband go to the beach tomorrow. That way we can lay in there. Like, we've tried different things like tents and different types of situations when we go, but I feel like the most comfortable thing is probably going to be just laying in the back of the Jeep. So I'm trying that out, seeing how I like it. I got some really good like Pinterest inspiration. I feel like if you're wanting to start something new, this might seem really basic, but just starting a Pinterest board of like things you want to look forward to trying in the week, in the month, just little things that you can look forward to. And it doesn't always have to be a big trip or a big thing. It can always be little things like for solo dates or for dates with friends or with a partner or with a family member. Just having some time for recreational self-care and doing things that are fun, that help you relax, and doing them in ways that are a little more low effort and not as stressful, because sometimes we can be planning so much and running around doing so many things that before we know it, we're exhausted and we're tired, and the thing that we were trying to do to self-care ends up actually wearing us out instead of being helpful. So that's something to think about. Is doing this going to cause me to be worn out and more tired? Is there a different way? Can I modify this so it fits me a little bit better and I end up actually enjoying my time? So enough stalling on my end. Let's get to cooking.
Gonna get it right now. I wanna push all the limits with you right now. So what's your feelings? The city's screaming, we're not coming home tonight. We're living quick in this world, gonna get it right now. Talk and tell what you wanna hear now, but they all disappear, they will let you down. So we better stick together, let's come whatever, we're not coming home tonight. We're living quick in this world, gonna get it right now. We only need the two of us together. We only need the two of us together. 'Cause we got love.
everyone, so I just finished making dinner. I ate leftovers that I had from the week, and I prepped the salsa and the fruit salad, so that's good to go. And then I'll just keep meal prepping tonight. But right now I'm gonna go ahead and go outside and start prepping the back of the Jeep for the beach tomorrow. And then me and my husband are heading out for his 5K that he's gonna run. I'm gonna chill in the car and probably listen to my audiobook and color for a little bit. And I'm really excited to have some little solo time.
Get to me close, why don't you do it right now? You know we met for a reason, but you trying to deny that we should be together. It's heavy weather, we're heading for tonight. You better take what you can, cause the time is right now. We only need the two of us together. 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 'Cause we got love.
Hi everyone, so we came back home from the beach and right now I'm gonna go ahead and get ready and go to the gym. That is it for this video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed coming along and hanging out and learning a little bit more about mental health things. I hope it encourages you to take some time to really take care of yourself. You are just as important as the people in your life, and you also deserve care. It can be really easy to just fall to the wayside, but if no one's ever told you before, you are just as important and you matter. You also deserve to be taken care of, and that care starts with you. You are the best person to be able to care for yourself. Community is important, it's vital, but no one better than you knows what you need, and it's so important to really spend time with ourselves. That's solo time, right? Of being able to just hear our own thoughts, of reflecting on what we want and need. If we never take time to be in that stillness and in that quiet, and that doesn't mean that everything literally has to be silent, but taking some time to just do things on your own and getting to know yourself and hearing your thoughts and your voice, your opinions. It can be so easy for that to be muffled by the noise of others' opinions or what others are saying. And if you've never in your life cultivated that time for yourself, I want to encourage you to start a little bit at a time, taking anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes for yourself at least once a week, once a day, when you can. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was a cozy one for you. Take care, everyone, and I will see you in my next video.